Outstanding.
I'll be playing soon. The graphics card comes on Thursday.
Today is Tuesday. Alrighty then. I'm going to Vegas on Saturday. I can't wait to get my poker game on. I had great memories of poker. First time I played poker in Vegas, I won. $65 tournament for I won $950 in Caesar's Palace.
Nice.
Nice.
Then I went to play the same tournament the next day and got absolutely hammered. I got drunk, and then I got hammered because I was drunk. Luminosity on the CT side of Overpass, one of my favourite maps. Cello with a nice angle in terms of range and so on and so forth, but FNS will be kicking things off. No Glocks, sorry, no P250s for Cloud9, all Glocks. They'll close the distance and get a quick plant.
The bomb has been planted. Pressure onto Luminosity for the retake. It's very hard to get in there though, and they will definitely be feeling that. So nice, Cloud9 get a start. The start that they need. Have we, did we see Cloud9 play
Overpass
recently?
Not recently, as far as I remember.
Because at this point, because it's been essentially, we had like 1 day break. It's been so many days in a row. It's making it kind of hard for me to remember. Like, it's that feeling like I've seen their T side.
This was one of their.
They played Optic on 3 days ago.
On
Overpass, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like I want to say that they had a really good T side. Either way, I guess we'll let the game speak for itself. Skadil going to start things off for Cloud9. Draw first blood. First blood.
The way they turned around. Oh my god. Come on.
That's just when you know the map too well, you don't even need to see.
He's just hungry, man. He didn't get his scout quota filled on train.
That's ridiculous.
That scout run we had on train a few days ago was just, that was unbelievable.
The story of how Cloud9 turned around Overpass is it's truly magical, and that like they brought it to win for the first time in the major versus the best, like maybe best Overpass team at the time. Just crazy.
1 minute on the clock. The bomb was dropped towards long. There is time for rotation for Cloud9, but it seems they will force the issue down long, both in high health. You see Luminosity pushing forward elsewhere, so maybe while Cloud9 clear the site, they can flank or something to that description. Neck is on the rotation, however, so maybe this flank towards long can get something done.
Oh man, it's quite the run for Showtime with 11 HP. And oh my god, he's gonna get he's gonna get a lot of shots there. That could very well have been a kill. We'll get shut down though, and this Force Spy has been doing a lot of damage. Actually, Nekis doesn't have any Kevlar, so did they mostly go Deagle no armor? Is Yell going for the scout? No. Ah, yes.
Wow.
So they did force up except Nekis. Okay.
That's
Ooh.
So you saw him for a second and then ripped his face off.
That was really nice. Real nice.
Pissed around to Luminosity.
Yeah. We're gonna plug horse candy anymore.
I forgot about horse candy then. I'm a fast moving man. Catch me if you can. Ooh, Rush radar. Hello?
Hello.
Apparently not. Cello.
It's
Why is he still waiting?
Knife him.
Rush. Knife!
Nice.
Nice.
Precision incision.
Lovely.
looks like it needed the money too.
You always need the money. Apart from when you're against match point. Hashtag Stanisław.
Hashtag config. OT.
Hashtag it's only worth it if you actually succeed. If you fail, you are wrong. 3-0. And it's time for the buy round for both teams. Yell on the AWP. It's what you always want to see. You never want to see Yell forcing and not being able to afford the AWP. That would be insanity.
Virtual insanity. Mr. Merrick White and Showtime is going to be having a great a great old time over at the Monster Tunnel. He's having a joyous occasion.
Is that it?
Jovial.
Well, you said earlier that you don't want to use convivial and that you prefer joyous
I didn't say,
occasion.
I don't, what you do is up to you, Dan. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes I just think the word doesn't convey what it means.
That's because you had to look it up because you didn't know what it means.
Shut up. The sound of the words kind of detracts from the meaning of the word. You know, there must be a word for that kind of word.
Well, now that you know that convivial means like a joyous
Sounds like an operation. Sounds like part of an operation, like a body part or something.
Now you can associate the meaning with the word. That's how it works. How language works. Linguistics.
But it's not a sexy word.
Okay, next time you use
Like intestines. It's not a sexy word, is it?
yeah, but it
Intestines
specifically
does
refers,
mean something gross, though.
Yeah, it's specifically
It's not something
refers
gross.
to
Something
intestines.
functional that allows you to live, Lourdes.
Yeah, but convivial means like celebration.
Convivial sounds like, I don't know, makes me think of cesarean section.
Huh.
Why are we going back to the beginning
No,
of the show?
it's making me think of vivisection. That's why. It makes me think of vivisection. It's got too many V's in it.
The live amputation, right?
It's just, you know, bad things happening to animals. That's why I don't like it. It's my association with vivisection.
That's something that happens in America a lot. We don't do that in biology in schools here in UK, but I think in America it's...
Dissecting animals?
Yeah, like the vivisections, isn't it? Like, is that live dissections?
I don't know, man. It's got sharp objects. Let's just leave that alone. It's grossing me out now.
Alright.
Why'd you bring that up?
Well, 4v4 mid-rounding here, and Luminosity asking questions. They're going to be finding out there's nothing's going on in sewers. However, Cloud9 are rotating back for B, so making this ground theirs is going to be quite awesome. This disgusting water is theirs. They should be happy. Maybe not. Next is going to be taken down. A good trade. And an upgrade for Showtime. He must have heard the info. Tag will be spotted by Monster Tunnel. This does not look good here for Luminosity.
Did you notice that Observer Sliggy even catches the train going by? What a beast. But can he catch one of these teams making their exit from this round? It looks like he can, as Tarek puts the last player on the carriage and off the train goes.
That's good, James, because then we'd have to fire him.
Okay. Yeah. It's extreme, somewhat extreme, Dan, but it's fine.
I'm just saying, if you can't catch, you know, the deaths of a team, then on an afterplan, I don't know, man. He's got to this game. That's strike number one. Although I guess we asserted this because you can have as many strikes as you want in this show, and nothing actually ends up happening.
I don't know what's going on.
There's no consequences for your actions here.
Dan's talking a lot. That's what's going on.
It happens when I get delirious.
This is why we have 3 people, just to cut down the amount of talking Dan can do at any one time.
There's a mute button, you know, you can use it.
I only meet people when I'm a producer.
I do miss watching the old fighting streams you used to do with Femi and Logan.
Yeah, and the Mandem of London in general.
You're basically like you're just the dad in that stream. Just like telling them to stop putting their drinks near the production equipment, and also stop swearing, and also get your phones or whatever off the shot. All these things. It's like just you. I mean, it's like the thing is that you were so present in the show because they were doing so much offensive stuff that you were essentially a commentator for all intents and purposes.
It's like one of those hands-on DJ show, radio DJ people.
Yeah.
Tim Westwood?
No, not Tim Westwood. I didn't have a soundboard. So, yes. 4, 2, 1. 4 CZs.
Yes.
To collect. To find. And Cloud9 are really playing this slow. This is where I get worried. Look, there are 2 smokes on Luminosity, Yell and Nekez. Although Nekez is not really in position as far as Monster is concerned, but surely you want to start deploying that smoke somewhere. Where does he want to use it, Nekez? 30 seconds. Drop the smoke. Drop the smoke. Why have you bought it? Drop the smoke.
Yeah, definitely. This is, you know, execute mark. Good entry.
Oh, so disappointing. So disappointing.
Oh dear. Oh well, for Cloud9 they'll be happy. Happy chappies.
That is really, yeah, like that's like the really important point. They had the 2 smokes, they didn't use it even when the time was that low. They could have refreshed 1 choke point or use it just for a chance. You don't actually have to hear a sound cue. I mean, especially not on the eco. Go ahead and take that chance.
Get the smoke down, man. Have we learned nothing? I'm so sad.
You can hear it.
I am so sad. Such a joy to watch people get wrecked by smoke grenades.
In what sense?
Because it's just great. It's just like it's masterful. It's almost like art.
True, true. There is like this raw satisfaction from like seeing someone like Nico go around one-tapping everyone, or seeing a super well coordinated round is also very gratifying in the other sense, which is cool. Arturio!
XD.
XD. I never type it. I've never typed XD in my entire life.
I have many times.
12, by the way.
I hated it.
I only
wasn't
do
a
it.
fan.
I only use it ironically.
It triggered me. The XD.
Just a person.
It spawned a new era. It represents a new era of internet plebs.
All you have to do is just one tap.
Dan was the user. That tells you all you need to know.
One tap someone and type XD. You want an enemy for life.
Yeah, I hate those people.
It's better to just do a sad smiley face afterwards, like you're sorry for them.
Yeah, that's.
That you just wrecked
Ooh.
them. That's the better one to do.
I'm seething right now.
Automatic spots a couple players towards the B bomb side. Information gathering at the moment, trying to avoid the stack, trying to avoid the pistols. This has become, I mean, this is a very awesome evolution of anti-ecos. For many, I guess like the first 2 years in particular of our broadcasts, it was the one thing that we saw teams fail the most, because it's the one round where, in this instance, the CTs have the least options, and the strengths that you have are the most known. It's a lot of good answers, very clear, optimal situations that we just saw teams avoiding entirely, and just clearly not knowing how to play anti-ecos. But it's very well understood these days that how to play them, and it's developed like very far. And having a player go for information and being a sacrifice is one of those biggest evolutions that's quite consistent, and has obviously been very good. So Automatic able to like sort of just work his way in. Confirm for the team. So
These rounds. This is going to go bad. Because the last... never mind.
It was close.
Never mind. Everybody calm down.
I hate that. I don't know. Like, yeah, I hate the super late executes. Like,
yeah.
you just don't need... You can't justify taking that much time. So give yourself 10 extra seconds to get in the site. If you're not early, you're late.
I like that. You know why? Because it's true. 6-1 for Cloud9, eventually. Slow rounds on Overpass so far.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that yesterday. Like, there's actually something. There's a point which is very easy for teams if they would watch the demo of the match, where they can see that they get to a point of you waiting, where the waiting starts to help the other team and doesn't help you anymore, and it's very clear in the demo. So that's really the easiest thing if someone is a non-believer in that. So just go watch the demo. It's very clear if you have a good understanding of the game. Those moments, and as Thorn says, you never really have to wait that long. There are some exceptions to that, but no time to go into that now. We'll see a pretty good presence towards the A side of the map here to start things out for Cloud9, which is cool. There's no ult for Luminosity. I wonder if that's something that Cloud9 realized just yet. Luminosity playing very far back in the bomb sites, pretty much.
Yeah, that's just...
It's a bit worrying.
It's really worrying. It's their buy rounds. You know, they've decided to buy here. That means they've agreed to play like all the advantages of Overpass, you know, and just giving up this much map control this early is just not using it the best. I mean, they can't even help influence their own rotations early because of their lack of information. Cloud9 have already cleared stuff out at the pace that they should, with absolutely no pushback.
Like how you put that.
Are they expectant of a extremely slow round from Cloud9? And do they think they will fare better being on the site with the crossfires? 40 seconds remain. Initial grenades thrown and they wait. If they have prepared for this, then maybe it will do the job, although only 3 players on the A site. Makes you wonder how convinced they are of the play. The rotation starts to come in from the B bomb site. Cloud9, Yell gets taken out immediately. There was a counter flash, and maybe there needs to be more, but their utility just isn't there. So Diddle will trade. The trades continue. PKL trying to buy time, but he's out of money. That leaves it into a gamble. Showtime as they go for the bomb planter. A slight tag onto Skadoodle. Flashbang from his teammate. The elbow's showing. The crouch pick. Skadoodle's in trouble. He can't really pick too much. He's surely going to go down. No! He manages to survive that.
Wow.
Damn.
7-1.
They good. They good. Yeah, 7-1 indeed. That's starting to get pretty out of control. Again, it blurs together a bit, but I sort of had this impression of Cloud9 last time, that strong T side. It hasn't looked very dominating, but obviously they're getting the outcome that looks dominating. So there is that. We'll see if Luminosity can find anything here. You do feel like Luminosity maybe have spent a little bit too much in some of the rounds. I feel like it's always really sad to see buy rounds where you don't have the necessary grenades. Like you said, there's so many options with full utility on this map for the CTs. And especially in a spot where Cloud9, you have to be able to put the pressure on them. And without grenades, you actually can't do it on this map. You need the grenades to do it.
I mean, if they want to buy it, they have to. They just have to push something. There's so much free map control too that they didn't even stay to like crack peak just to do a couple damage, maybe get a kill, hold them back, make Cloud9 use nades on their way to B instead. 5v5, Cloud9 throw all their Molotovs, all their flashes.
And you can always create a spot as well where like, okay, we can't get you know, 5 M4s and have full grenades. So get a couple UMPs, get more grenades. Okay, we've got a couple UMPs. Let's play around sewers. Let's do a sewers take. You know, there is a way that you can get more utility, you can put pressure on, create problems for Cloud9 whilst using that weapon that's cheaper, but without actually putting it in spots where it's actually bad. Instead, it's actually quite good. So that's another solution around that issue that you could potentially go to.
They had a couple of smokes. They could have done a boost on around bathroom.
Yeah.
Anything.
There's definitely lots of options. Even big these very aggressive setups which don't require many nades, but just good trading timings and good spacing around A long and the party position. You can get some really sick CT setups with 3-man there. Just try to trade out very early in the round. That's a very viable way to try to do it. We can go back to that point later, as we do have a connected take here from Cloud9, though it's been denied. Here we go. Got some boost action on party.
Nice pop flash from PKL. That door being broken may be a problem since there's so much time on the clock. We'll see.
Sorry. Right, they just forfeited everything. Okay, at 105 last time Cloud9 got up to long, but here they're going to clear out B. I don't know if they're going to execute here, but they've already got the map control they want, and Luminosity didn't get a kill. So like held for a second, but they didn't even fight for their frag or push when they didn't see anybody. There's literally nobody at mid. Why not just go continue on with one person?
At least B is quite a retakeable site, so there is that. And Luminosity do seem to realize, but they are still sort of playing retake here, sort of avoiding the site. 2 players in water is actually very good. I wonder if there work anyone around connector. That would be pretty valuable, but they don't really have the forward position. It's it's a bit too risky, because Cloud9 could absolutely have left a lurker there to actually try to lurk a flank towards A. So they're going to all have to come from CT. Spawn. In comes the push. Cloud9 not really being too disrupted. That's the spot.
Whoa.
Good pick from Yell. Love to see that. Get the info from the smoke and then get it blind. Good trading coming in from Luminosity, but the bomb will be planted. Can Cloud9 hold on to this plant? Ooh.
What a burst from Cello. That leaves Rush. He gets one. Can he get 2 though? Should be able to time to try and avoid getting traded. Was that a knife coming out from Yell? I don't know, but it will be the gun of Cello. The timing is perfect for Luminosity. I suppose they knew where he was, and that will be round number 2, only of 10 for the Brazilian side. The amount of monetary pressure comes in from Cloud9. Can they reset?
The one
Showtime with a second sniper.
Sorry. The one thing they did do right was they have, on both those rounds, even though they lost 1-1-1, they gambled the right side both times. They had 3 people on the site, but 3 people on A is worse than 3 people on B. It's 3 people on B like can actually have spots where they can all be useful at the same time. But even then, Cloud9 had way too much space. They were open to be full flanked for 30 seconds, like 30 complete seconds.
That's true, absolutely. There's quite a few teams like a Fnatic, very, very good at setting up flanks on the CT side, even with very little, and can win you the rounds. So that's something that they'll definitely have to think about, I think, in the future, if they want to be able to be consistently very, very top tier. And Cloud9 playing a very slow approach here. It's as though they are very suspicious after that fountain push that there can be someone around this location, which is fair enough. They have a minute to go. The close player is PKL. Nice timing from Showtime. PKL needs to frag out. Oh, he's not got the best position there. Yeah, I'll be able to get a kill back, but can he escape? Ah, the T's are playing this very smart. Rotations.
Did wonder what would happen, but luckily luckily for Cloud9, the smoke was enough to obscure a reactionary frag. Showtime almost, but not quite. Time for the second shot. Yell now, 1 versus 2. Where's he coming from? Coming from the lower area. Oh, so fast. The quick scope from Yell. Jumping towards the site, not making it though. Now Rush knows he is in a CT water, but Rush is facing Rush's right. And Yell's to the left, but as time continues on, Rush knows he could be either way now. Yell resetting the situation. Rush continues to ask questions, but who's going to be faster? Back on the site. Oh no. Doesn't go his way. Cloud9 do get the reset. And it's going to be a tough one for Luminosity.
I was thinking for a moment there that it could have been like really smart in the way that the plant was on the sandbags on the right side, because the smoke was there and Tarek peeked water very quickly. You don't like automatically expect the plant to be on that right side, so Tarek almost looks like the second player there. So I did wonder if Yell would have been, or sorry, Showtime would have been fooled by that and would think that the player would be maybe short or something like that, as opposed to the pillar. Which makes me think of some interesting post-plant mind games that you can go for. So just Pistols once again for Luminosity. I feel like we've seen this a lot.
Yes, we have. It has been a familiar story. It has been Groundhog Day. Any of you ever seen a groundhog?
No.
I've seen Groundhog Day.
Are they quite vicious? Like very hard to take down?
I don't know anything about groundhogs.
Fighting groundhogs. They're very small.
Dan has an aspiration to tackle
a groundhog.
an animal. Very curious, not sure what to say.
Oh, it's Groundhog Day for Luminosity.
It's like, you know, Holy Grail from Winter Python, like the killer rabbit. So like one of those.
Have you not seen one? Or like, it looks just like a rodent.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they're quite small. Yeah.
Oh, it's not funny for Luminosity. No Bill Murray in Luminosity's Groundhog Day.
10-2 in favor of Cloud9. Interesting. He'll at least avoid the grenade timing, Skadoodle. Ooh, wow. He was going deep, but Showtime continues with the second AWP, perhaps inspired by Automatic on the CT side of Overpass, as depicted by Hey Guys John here. Now we see Luminosity getting slightly more aggressive. Yell going down long A. Can he find an equalizer or maybe something more? If no one's in playground, he's in a good position to fall back if he gets a kill, but oh no, the bomb carrier. Oh, that was awkward. Unlucky for Yell. The play was awesome. When you see the bomb carrier trailing in situations like that, it's so like exciting to see how it plays out. But tough spot there for Yell. Now it's a 4-on-4 with 45 seconds remaining.
Okay. I haven't seen too many of these executions. I remember Jordan was talking about, or Nothing was talking about, some of the set pieces that they had for anti-ecos on this bomb site, but we haven't seen any of them this half. Ooh, tag get an opening. They have like a huge mod, like carpet bomb. Ooh.
Oh, it's Molly.
A couple bomb situation going on, but just gonna try to walk their way in with a few entries, and PKL will be able to drop the bomb. That's a really big deal. Not much time left. 7 seconds to go. Automatic. Oh, nice! Patience lines it up, actually. Didn't shoot straight away. He'll still lose the round, but that is actually quite impressive.
That is exactly the situation you could avoid if you just gave yourself more time.
Yep.
I feel like you can see the demanding space and going into executes if the other team's going to give it to you. Seems like a good, can be good, really good strategy. But like when you do it to the point where like you're all sitting in front of the site and you could just go. If you have 20 seconds, maybe Rush doesn't die there because they can take their time to take the fights on site in a 2v2. And instead they feel like they have to rush up into an angle they don't really want to fight because there's not enough time left. Like I think you have to factor that in beforehand.
I agree. Absolutely. I mean, you just don't really gain anything. You're creating more variance. You're actually just creating more variance for yourself. It's as opposed to reducing it, which should always be the goal. So I'm with you. This is something we've seen though of FNS in this team. I don't know if specifically. Yeah, it's like
the executes are really good, but for some reason, and the demanding space makes sense if they can do it because their 5v5s are winning them rounds.
Yeah.
But
it might be that there's some philosophy that he holds there, where it's like saying, well, perhaps it gives us more time to catch the other team, but generally speaking, because they end up going into the setup and waiting, it actually makes them more vulnerable in a lot of spots, as opposed to. Either way, this might be the round I was talking about, where they actually set up a massive carpet bomb situation on the bomb site. I think Jordan referred to it, they called it Hellfire. And here, I guess here it is, yeah. And this two-man setup is absolutely murdering the push. You never see them do that much damage.
No, and he hit Skazoo in the head as well, so this is a really tough spot for the last two players. And again, that clock is ticking pretty damn low. 1 versus 3 for Automatic, trying to find an entry into the site. And the situation is reset. They're both out, but no highlight reel for Automatic on this occasion. Round number 4 for Luminosity.
How don't they get any of those kills?
That was they were lucky to get all these. Like, them coming across long, they were not in a great position to fight. So, yeah, they were very fortunate, I think, to get all those headshots.
I've actually seen that exact setup against that exact round before from Cloud9, and it got absolutely ruined. It's very unfortunate for Cloud9. However, they still have 10 rounds, so they can be pretty happy with that. Maybe it'll be 11.
Rough one for Cloud9. Slowly moving forward, trying to engage the close quarters with the CZs. 10% better than a FAMAS. And here they come streaming into, or towards the A site now, a lot faster than the previous rounds, and they have some set grenades. Seems they have an idea as to what they want to do. 1 minute's mark. From what they clear out, can they identify what is still available? Rather, where the CTs are. What is likely?
CZ's doing not too much just yet. Nice position around the smoke from Cello. And looks like they're mostly being denied, but they're starting to get some of the pickoffs they need and some guns as well. 35 seconds to go. And showtime! Oh my god, headshots raining in. And it'll be 11-4 at the end. So this was a really weird game for me, actually, in some respects.
Half?
Half. Because it did feel like it didn't feel like Cloud9 was super dominant.
No, it just didn't feel like Luminosity were like good enough
Yeah,
to
it's
take advantage of like a lot of the situations.
yeah. Yeah, and I do just definitely think they played a bit too passively. They didn't give themselves enough opportunity. And when you play it passively, you're really good players. Like let's say a Rain. Imagine if you force Rain to always play passively.
Oh, never.
He misses out on like 40, 50 seconds.
I have a video on Rain that just went up about this exact thing. At 12 out of 16 rounds, he pushed a fountain on CT and stuff. On CT side.
Well, there you go.
Big fight on B. FNS. He's got to do it now. He's in the water. Needs to hold it. He'll get traded though from the side. Now Cello versus Tarek and Automatic. There is the CT pistol. So Luminosity are in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble.
They're in some Barney rubble.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Some Barney, I guess it would be, right? You're in Barney.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. Barney Rubble. So they'll probably keep it as Barney Rubble.
Ah.
Doesn't need to be shortened.
It's kind of a nice one, reference to the Flintstones for the viewers who never heard
All
of
the young kids.
Flintstones. Oh my god, are we getting old? Oh my god. Just made myself really uncomfortable. No, I'm just joking.
Midlife crisis on
I'm empowered with wisdom and
I am
knowledge.
gloriously immature.
I'm much better than I was. Skadoodle. Show us the scout. We want to see the scouts. Let's go. Get those headshots. Come on. There's almost nothing more satisfying than the scout headshot in this game. The eagle headshot might be the top. Orb headshot also very good.
I like Skadoodle with the lowercase s.
Yeah. It's too proper with the big S.
Too proper, yeah.
It's gaming. Come on. It's like
Exactly.
it's like turning up to you know,
To what?
to a gaming event.
Yeah.
Like imagine
There's no better analogy,
Nice.
really.
and wearing a three-piece suit to play your tournament.
It's true.
That would be awesome.
It's too formal.
Because you'd be.
There was a
it would be,
Smash
it would be
player.
uncomfortable.
There's a Smash player that did that. It was pretty good.
But it'd be cool because you'd be unlike all the others. You'd be your own person. Being your own person is what gaming's all about.
It's true.
Damn. He spun it
Express
around.
yourself.
Do not repress yourself. Spray from Tarek is not really too good. Oh! CZ gonna find his head. Russian Automatic. Want to put this one to bed. In goes Automatic, diving in with the MP9. We discussed how good it is. And Automatic is not doing too bad of a job. Gets a pick off. Rush also with the MP9. Both good players with it. Everyone with the MP9.
Oh.
And it's gonna be the MP9 kills going to Yell.
Oh, wait. Did he get the spray transfer or was he somewhere else? Was he the guy in the bank?
Yeah.
Whoa. How'd he get that second kill, dude?
I don't know, man. He's Yell.
4K CL.
Yeesh.
He's good for it. I'm surprised Skadoodle didn't go down earlier. When they rushed out of connector and he was still backing off from toilets, he managed to find safe passage without even seeing anyone back to the site. But ultimately, at that close, it was going to end in a disaster, at least for him. 5-12, the CZs are out once again. Can Cloud9 have a repeat performance? There goes the train. Very, very loud indeed. With all these fidelity updates and so on, that train is quite piercing on occasion. Can be quite piercing.
Do you reckon there will ever be like a storyline between all of the maps to connect all of them in CSGO?
Oh, like a lore?
Yeah, because
How do you
have
connect
something like
Overpass to Dust 2? Unless it's a story about like a 24-esque story. If I could be Jack Bauer, then go for it.
maybe it could just be that they're all in like this. There's this like it's like a Unreal Tournament type thing. Like the lore in that was just that Unreal Tournament's just all like a bunch of miners, and they figured out this technology that they can't be. They always come back to life when they die, and that's like how they are able to be amazing miners in these like horribly dangerous conditions because they just bring them back to life. Then they're like, hang on, why don't we just make them just go all sort of Roman? What was it called? The Colosseum. What is it called? Just
Colosseum.
like gladiators at the arena. Like why don't we do that with it? Maybe it's like that. This is all like a holodeck or something. Simulation. I don't know.
I like it. I think the lore is important.
I think
for a lot
lore
of
is
people.
cool though. Like let's say with Overwatch, it does give a feeling that you're kind of playing in the world.
Yeah. I
and
love watching those videos.
And yeah, it's quite cool. It's definitely cool. CZs will be unable to really make their way into the A side. Luminosity did a good job here, just playing a very standard anti-force buy.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. Oh my god. The Ultimate's in a good position. Is there a kit on anyone? They're doing a lot of damage suddenly. Guns collected. M4 in the hands of Automatic.
Oh.
Nice. The money molly. And they don't have a kit. That could be the GG molly if they are to survive.
Ooh.
He's got to go for the tap. He's got to go for the hold.
It's on the other side. No kit.
Flash and hold. Be the man.
Does he have time?
No.
No, but the damage has been done. Nice upgrade to the AK-47 as well, and Cloud9 have made it extremely expensive for Luminosity. Look at the money on Luminosity. Fortunately for them, Cloud9 can't buy really anything in this round. So unless Automatic kills 2 to 3 people,
They should be Mac 10ing up. They know they're totally like flat broke.
get that utility. Sorry. Not really sorry. 6 to 12 in favour of Luminosity. They continue the charge. Half the score of their opponent, but this is the round to do one round better.
I think because they, like, partially because they got lost all 5 last round, and because they know that Cloud9 have such a low economy, they should have got 2 Mac 10s. It would take so much stress off them. Less opportunities for Cloud9 to pick up the AKs. They can lose 2 players and not be worried about it, and they have some money left over for that next round. Oh boy.
That is a really good start. Oh, Automatic. He's
Kimta.
got some guns for free, some presents. Oh, Skidoo, can he get it? Oh god, there it is. Oh my. Oh, okay, he's good. He's good.
Stickers.
What's going on?
Such a weird bug.
It is awesome, isn't it? I want it to always stay. Never leave.
1 minute mark.
Oh my god, that's gonna work.
Ooh. Oh, Tariq. I did wonder. But no, he's playing to win.
Oh,
Automatic's the one to get the kill, but he was on point there, and that leaves PKL alone. And again, this is a round where, well, let's see what happens. There we go, Automatic with a 4K, 1 AK, enough for Cloud9 to win a round. They're looking very dangerous no matter what situation they're in.
Well, the Manic's so good. 23 and 9.
that was insane. And as Sean pointed out in the video, this is the guy that turned their Overpass around.
Yeah, he's so good. So another thing about aggression, and on a map like this in CT, just like a quick little thing about the theory behind it, is one way to look at it and to sort of support the idea that we're talking about playing aggressive and the merits of playing aggressive, is that when you play aggressively, you create a situation where there's way more decisions to be made. And the more decisions that are there to be made, the more chances there are to outplay your opponent if you're smarter than them. So that is why, like, the aggressive playstyle requires very smart people, and you can't just go in guns blazing and expect your Ross to out-aim people. You have to be able to out-position them, and you have to be able to play against the meta. You have to be able to play against the opponent and all sorts. So Fnatic do it very well if you want to watch them, or as Lon has mentioned, watch his video on Raid.
Stole it back. They are stealing it back. I don't know if they armored up on this round. They saved their money, I'm pretty sure. There's no armor, right? No, yeah.
Yeah, this is a really rough round to lose after winning an eco.
Yeah.
But as you said, they only need one save.
Oh, they reset. I think they should save 2, I think.
Yeah, Rush is saving an M4 here.
Oh,
So, I mean, if he survives
yeah.
into the next round, like after the next round, I don't know. We'll see how it works out.
The
Cloud9
reset.
on the cusp. They're on the cusp. But the cusp will have to wait. Luminosity are back in business after this round. This is essentially the point of comeback. This is where it starts. Always starts with a reset.
Cop cars.
Boom.
Bish bash bosh. Bingo bango bongo.
Bish bash
Doing it
bosh.
backwards. We're
Don't give me any of that tosh.
All right then, let's see if Rush can Rush is in like challenge accepted mode after Automatic's performance. So let's see what he can do. He'll have a better supporting act though with these 3 CZs and the Deagle on Skadoodle. We've seen some fun things today with Skadeagle.
Skadeagle,
Skadeaglers.
I always want to say Scud something else than his name. For some reason, it feels good. Nice.
Should have seen Dan's face light up. Nice.
Skia.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Good awareness.
Rush has not been able to equal Automatic's performance. He has been deleted. Couldn't really hear that.
Where's the speaker on this thing? Seriously.
Skitty pat pat pat. Skitty pat pat.
It's not a big shack for today.
Cheers.
Right, well, this is, if Finesse can hold on to this AK, that is really nice for the next round. Oh, he stood. Oh, if he would have stayed crouched, he would have hit the head.
No, did he? I thought he got aim punched.
Oh, did he get aim punched? Okay, well, so, okay, maybe you're, you're probably right.
Yeah, I thought.
Probably right, probably right.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why I thought he crouched, because I thought he had armor for some reason. I thought he had a Kevlar. Either way, they will still be poor. Too poor for a proper buy. I actually like that they are being very light on the investment here. They could have definitely spent more, especially Finesse at 4K. At this point, they just really want the most buy rounds possible. They have so many cool aggressive options being on the CT side. They have a little setup around Monster. This is really cool. So the reason why they have that two-man setup around Monster and why they're sort of stacking towards B is because of the potential 2 options that you tend to see. It's default into A long or default into B or just fast B through Monster. These tend to be some of the most predictable and generally effective, even if you can predict them coming. They're hard to stop anyway. Anti-force buy rounds, or anti-eco rounds. So that's why Cloud9 have done this. And if Luminosity do just take A quite quickly, I do wonder whether Cloud9 will feel like it's even worth going to do anything except just save the Kevlar into the next round. Mostly, maybe they'll try to get a gun, create a setup to get a gun somewhere. But I doubt we will see them retaking A.
Oh,
So
these are interesting flashes. They're making it seem like they're taking map control as opposed to like directly hitting the site, which is a more believable single flash.
I like it.
And,
No more grenade. Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, and Cloud9 have decided not to like look anywhere, so it seems like they're not going to rotate.
Only 1 player spotted. And the rotation will come in. Is it all too late though? I think the way these rounds have gone, Cloud9 can buy in the next round regardless. They may just go for this because they've had so much success. But there's a flank from long, neutralized, and will they continue to go for it? The AK is quite precious, but the rest of it, I do wonder what they'll choose to do. Okay, so it will be exits. Maim the Luminosity players, team. Make them work for their rounds as much as possible. Thin the paint to expose the interior.
Yeah, it's really good to see sort of teams find ways to essentially pick off players to steal guns in spots like this. Though Luminosity will make it really hard. They're pretty grouped up. And so this is what I'm talking about sometimes when it's like a passive, this is passive exits. Oh, okay, automatic goes for a peek, but that's all like passive exits where you're not trying to catch them, you're not trying to push into a position, you're taking like a pretty damn strong off angle where it's fairly unlikely that they may push into it, but there is a chance. Otherwise, you're just happy to save.
And then you have an advantage.
Yeah.
Like a bigger advantage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going for retakes with pistols, just very unlikely. Whether or not you care about your money. But they probably should anyway. Like, game's gonna get kind of close, it seems like. I mean, this round could really change that, but Luminosity have so much money now, they can buy through it. even if they lose one.
Let's go to Skadoodle's spawn. Which spawn does Skadoodle have? Okay, so like middle pack spawn. Okay. What do you think, Launders? Sua's aggression with Skadoodle with the AWP?
Yeah, I think I think they just do some kind of standard A push where he either peeks fountain or and his teammates go stairs. I personally love short B pushes more than anything else.
They'll take connectors. Leave Skadoodle towards bathrooms. Tarek going will be one of the first men down in there, and Automatic is AWPing pretty passively on A. Oh, that was him. That was Automatic. Just having a
Goosey gander.
lovely, little
Goosey gander.
little goosey gander over there.
This is actually really strong since they don't have anyone stairs. This
Where
is
to boost
kind
at?
of bad from Luminosity on
He's on the window.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So they're going to line up for Tarek. This is a disaster!
He'll be very happy with that. PKL is dead. And there is round number 14 for Cloud9.
That was really bad. It's not really bad, but like that they let
It was brutal.
Cloud9 go stairs. They didn't worry about stairs, and they went set up for a full B. If you sent someone stairs there, they wouldn't have had to execute. They could have sent someone walking or the back of stairs to even like play passively and shoot afterwards, or smoke the stairs off so they can execute safely. But not worrying about the door at all. That's just such a big hole.
For people at home, it's often useful to have somebody at the back of connector just holding an off angle towards the door. So if the CTs try to pitch your players who are in short B, you can shoot them in the back. Otherwise, if there's an aggressive play short B from the CTs in B, and the connector door is opened, your teammates are in a lot of trouble, maybe even doo-doo.
All the doo-doo.
It was kind of the same thing that Cloud9 did, except in this half, Cloud9 actually took advantage of what Luminosity didn't.
So, Skull with a fairly passive setup here. But this is not quite as passive as we saw from Luminosity, because they have Finesse in the bathrooms as sort of the rifle support around Skadoodle, and also, of course, they have the potential with Automatic. Is Automatic on around bathrooms as well? He is actually. It's actually quite cool sometimes when you see AWP side to side, because sometimes teams will speed up the approach if there's like, oh, the AWP is long, but deep long, so he's not going to go through connector. Okay, we can speed up the approach towards bathrooms on the other side. Then you run into another AWP, thinking that those kinds of angles will be safe. So full rotation from Luminosity without really pressuring the defense towards A. This makes it quite easy for Cloud9 to see what's coming. And it seems like Cloud9 have figured it out. They're starting to rotate. They're pushing. Cloud9 already know what's going on.
Counter Flash has shut it down. AK tells the story, but only one story. And there are 4 players there with stories to tell. Matter of 2 books being closed one by Cloud9. Cello, though, will keep his open. 3 versus 2, however. Automatic close, but not quite. Cello is dead. The bomb is not planted. There's 1 second left, and Yell's on his own. And he is not going to die behind at the after time. It was close. He will take FNS out at the very least, and we find ourselves at match point for Cloud9.
Again, another round where Cloud9 go for the information, like same thing that Luminosity should have done in the first half, and they, like, A is completely vacant, everyone rotates to B. It's a risk, but they tested long first to make sure that anyone was there who was going to leave. Skadoodle took his off shot. Once it was clean, they held onto it, pushed through, and from there it was pretty safe.
Ooh, that was a very close shot indeed, and Cho will follow up on his teammates' attempts. Luminosity with a super fast round, but can they push the CT water? That's a great shot from Automatic, saving his teammate perhaps. 4 and 3, the bomb goes down. Where on earth is Tarek?
That's a good question. Able to take down Cello, and ooh, the barrel spotted, the muzzle flash giving the position away. PKL Automatic can't get it done with the CZ. Problems being had here. Finesse will be creeping in from short. There is a molly, and either you go with it or you save from that position. So Finesse will get out of dodge. Fast round for Luminosity. Just again the power of pacing. If you've been playing a slow pace, you switch up to a very, very fast pace with your opponents adjusted to the very slow one. They're sort of the clock, the internal clock they have of how the rounds have been going, will have them maybe taking a forward position, not really be set up properly. Maybe they'll want to try to push certain positions, think it's safe. It's pacing is very useful.
Yeah, they kept it up. Another save for Cloud9. We've actually had a lot of saves in this half, but the rifle rounds have actually looked quite good. But again, just as you said, just a change up in pace, something so simple as a rush beat. And it wasn't any more complicated than that. It was like, Yell was like, hey, I got a really good spawn.
Yep.
Let me go in front, take this peek at barrels. And what you know is that the CTs are split up so early in the round that an early kill on a site can sometimes mean an almost instant save or just a round win.
And it's good to think about. It's a good thing. It's good to think in those terms too, because again, if you're trying to understand the game, it can be easy to sort of look at each round as an isolated instance. But a lot of what's going on in a Counter-Strike match is, you know, there's slow conditioning. It's a slow build-up of expectations as you feel out how your opponent plays, and so you can't ever look at just one round in isolation when you're thinking about the best way to win a round. You're thinking about what's happened, and
Definitely. Like, if you don't do something in the next round based on what you feel like the other team's going to do, then you're an idiot, right? You're shooting randomly. But if you, and that's why sometimes you have to watch demos. You have to, like, know your opponent better than what you've seen in a match versus them or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, sometimes that means based on what you think they're going to do because they went A this round or didn't go A this round. But it's based on what they did before in some way. All the information you have.
1 minute 10 on the clockerinos. Sorry, I'm not really sorry.
Very happy to say that.
And Luminosity have found themselves an empty bomb site, but surely they start to draw for grenades, and that will tell Cloud9 what is up. Now, Cloud9 are going to have a very weird flank going on from two directions, as well as the two players in B. So, how will this one play out? Mech is looking towards long, and Skadoodle, is he behind the box? He is, but there's a sound cue given by FNS on the left-hand side. This is super weird. FNS gets taken out. Skadoodle, does he know Skadoodle's there as well? I'm not really sure, but Showtime is pushing out. A great response from Luminosity. Had no idea where these CTs are coming from, and now they'll start to cut them to pieces. Lovely swipe from Yell, leaving Rush alone with the CZ. That could have gone another way, but Luminosity said no.
Comeback continues.
Oh. Rush loses 1 health and 1 armor, but he doesn't need a helmet anyway, so it matters not. It matters not.
These resets sure are hurting Cloud9. Being slowed right down. Luminosity only 4 rounds away now from overtime. And that means Cloud9 are going to have like maybe 2 chances to avoid. Two decent chances to avoid it. So this round is somewhat of a... well, what is it? It's meaningless. Not meaningless, but...
it's round number 27 is what it is.
Call it a write-off.
yeah, it's sort of a formality. It is a mere formality.
Static balloons.
So who left
They're fake
those
balloons.
empty beer bottles there? Why aren't they cleaning up after themselves? Come on.
Probably gamers.
Probably gamers, yeah.
I remember in DreamHack Summer and Winter, in the canteen place, I would eat with my team, and they would just like leave all their crap there until I shouted at them, "Put all your crap away. You do not come here and leave the place like this. It's not done. We will not leave these reputations of the English."
You're fighting a losing battle there, James.
In general, perhaps, but
Even
It's-
the
it's the
MLG
football-
major.
trust that the table was left clean.
It's the football hooligans that are really doing the damage.
The MLG major was gross in terms of garbage left in the audience crowd. It's pretty bad.
Japanese events are cool. They help clean up before they leave.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That like level of community is awesome.
That's why I feel bad about the World Cup being there, because everyone's going to go and just leave junk all over the place. And
It'll be the Japanese and culture shock as they clean up all the garbage.
the Japanese will be more shocked than anybody else.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're going to be like, yeah. I remember they give out these packs of hankies for free on the street, and there are advertisements on the pack. And this, like, they have like these cute girls giving him out. And I said to one, yeah, which means no. And she looked at me like I told her like her mother was a whore or something. She was so shocked and she put like a hand in her mouth and I'm like, oh my god, what have I done to this poor girl?
She probably never seen a human as huge as you, so.
They took photos of me when I was going up. When I was going up an escalator, people going down would take photos and stuff. But anyway, Cloud9 back on the bye, 12 to 15 in favour of the North Americans. Tarek standing his ground in the flames. Flames away, he will forge his history on Overpass.
I like how after he gets the first kill, the body's just like bobbing up and down like an apple, you know, apple bobbing, just jiggling around.
An apple convulsing.
Yeah, the 5v3 for Cloud9 does look very strong. They have since gone to very passive positions, as is the strong response. Once you have the advantage on players, you don't need to do nearly as much. It's up to the other team to fight to even things up and create opportunity, whilst you tighten things up and make it more difficult for them. And that's a good catch from Yell. Yell also has another one. That's beautiful. It's working his way around the side. Yell has evened things up. He takes a big risk. Works out. They'll push in to be at the same time. With the trade, the bomb can potentially make its way across. And Yell does not stop. He continues to savage Cloud9, who perhaps were assured victory in the 5v3, but no longer.
No
There's a
way
headshot from PKO. How can you not love watching Yell?
That's insane. He hit that B-hop that made it so unclear to FNS how far he had gotten. So right here, you only hear those 2 footsteps and you think, all right, he's not that far away. That's the power of B-hopping right there. That's insane.
Power of B-hopping, James. Get that on mouse wheel immediately.
I can do it with spacebar.
Well,
Not like Yell.
not like Yell. Not like Yell. That is such a strong pressure as well for everyone who plays Overpass to learn. Easy one-man setup. Throw the molly, get the spray in there. Just good pressure. Do it every round if you want. As long as you understand what it does and how it impacts the CTs. That said, this time Cloud9 were able to get past it. Let's see. Luminosity. Full AKs going for the walk on A-long. It's a lovely little area, isn't it? Boulders, trees, picnics.
It's a great tree.
It's a really good, really nice tree. I appreciate a really good tree.
I understand. I appreciate a really good tree. Cloud9 are in a strong position now. They don't have any weapons, but 4 CZs versus 3 players. Not easy to push a sight, and Yell is in trouble because he's giving off the sound cues and he could be double picked, but one is backing off and Rush is in an unlikely position. He's not sure if it's safe to collect that weapon. The last 2 players are now moving into the B bomb site. A step has been made and perhaps it was heard by Short B. Seems the full rotation is coming in. The grenades will tell the full story now for Cloud9.
Jello going for, he's not quite sure, and it could be problematic. So many problems to deal with. Nice quick headshot onto Finesse as he makes his way across, and the pressure has been alleviated just enough to get the bomb plant in a safe manner. Now that they've understood that they are coming from shorts. Really nice by PKL, good understanding of the movement, but perhaps Cloud9 are coming at them a bit too one by one, but Skadoodle will still make it doable here for Cloud9. The 1v2 here, the clutch required to save the day for Luminosity. Beautiful, Skadoodle, the guy with the gun is gone, but Tarek with the CZ will steal it all away. Plenty of time to defuse the bomb with no defuse kit. He's gonna find some staples and some discarded bits of cloth. I don't know, whatever it takes to defuse the bomb, but Cloud9 will win the game, and they'll be very happy because that almost slipped out of their fingers.
It really did. It was